Welcome to On Purpose Ministries, where we, the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, help you, my brothers and sisters, find your purpose so you can walk in purpose, live with purpose, and do everything on purpose. I am your sister Rashida, and we welcome you. Take this word and me back to the Father. Today's message is titled, Same Tricks, Same Licks. The devil is not slick. You have to resist him quick. The devil is crafty and cunning, family. The word crafty means clever at achieving one's aim by indirect or deceitful methods. Cunning is having or showing skill in achieving one's end by deceit or evasion. The devil is not as big of a threat as you think he is. He has no power at all. The only way he has access to your life is if the Most High gives him permission to test you or prove you on something, but boundaries are set. Or if you have done something that has given him access to you. He just cannot do anything that he wants to do because he wants to do it. He just can't do something without permission, either by God himself or by you. Just like God allowed him to test Job to see if he would curse God, but God still set boundaries in place that Satan wasn't allowed to go outside of. He has no authority at all except what is given to him. He's nobody. You're more of a threat to him than he is to you, and he doesn't want you to know that. Excuse any background noise also. He has no power, and the sad part is people think that Satan has to do so much to get to them, when all he has to do is plant a small seed. He doesn't have to work hard for what he wants to achieve because people willingly give him what he wants. Remember, he is deceitful. He uses things indirectly to directly affect you. He doesn't have to do much at all until people realize that he will continue to be successful in his tricks. I pray this helps someone and set someone free today. Listen, the devil studies your every move. He has had his eyes on you since birth. He knew who you would be before you did. He knew who you would serve. He knew who would serve him and who wouldn't serve him, who would bow down to him and who wouldn't. He studied you like a test, and each time he passes. Think of it this way. When someone is sick and they're diagnosed with something, the doctor and their team come up with a treatment plan. As long as this treatment plan has been proven to be effective, there's no reason to change it. They continue the treatment as usual. Only if the plan is not working will they come back to the drawing board and try to figure out something different. They will continue to test this new method until they find something that works and stick with that. They will keep researching and coming up with all types of plans until they are all out of options, and then they come back and tell the patient, I'm sorry, such and such, but there's nothing else we can do. Catch this in the spirit. As long as the attacks are working, it's no reason for the devil to stop using them. You have to make him go back to the drawing board. You have to make him work hard for it. You have to make him run out of all options to where he has no choice but to flee because all of his methods are ineffective. Then he will go away for a season, but he will always be watching, waiting for you to slip up, waiting for that opportunity to come around again. He is relentless. That's why you must stay ahead of him. And you do that by staying connected to the Most High God. Without the Most High, you stand no chance against the crafty one. If only people will realize the attacks he sends to them seems so heavy, but only if we will realize it's the same attacks. That's why people find themselves asking, why is this happening to me? Why do I keep going through the same things? Why every time I try to do this, the same things keep getting in the way? Why every time it seems like I get so far And then this happens. When will things ever change for me? Things will never change until you change how you respond. If you want a different response, you have to respond differently. If the treatment is working on you, the attacks, then you will continue to get the same results. The devil is not fleeing from anywhere he feels welcome and safe. He has no reason to leave. His methods are proven to be effective. It is how you respond to his attacks. Understand this. Once he flees for a season, when he comes back, he's coming back more aggressively than the first time. So you must be prepared. Here's another example when a person has cancer and the treatment was successful. They no longer have cancer anymore. For a season or a while, everything is good with them. There are no symptoms. They have nothing to worry about. They go on with their life, probably pick up the same habits that caused the cancer in the first place, because not having an understanding of the revelation of where this cancer is coming from. Catch this in the spirit. You get rid of the devil and he flees for a season. You're not experiencing any attacks anymore. Everything is all good. You're not praying, reading, and fasting as much as you were when you was getting hit with them attacks, because everything is all good. Not knowing the enemy is coming back with 7 more spirits stronger than the ones you cast out. They're trying to go home, and home is your body. They're always looking for a way back in. You never get comfortable when you have an active enemy who's always trying to catch you slipping. So the patient starts to get sick again. And now the symptoms are coming back, but this time it's 10 times worse than before. This time the cancer is more aggressive. Are you catching this? When the enemy comes back after he has been gone for a season, he comes back more aggressively. He knows that the same things he used before won't work this time because you already defeated him with them. So these spirits say, wait a minute. I've been watching them, and I noticed that they haven't been praying as much. I can attack them there. Hold up. Wait a minute. I noticed they have been arguing with their spouse a lot lately. I can attack them there. I noticed that they have been having some insecurities here. I can attack them there. I know some spirits that are way more powerful than me. Let me invite them in with me so that I can overtake them. I know let me invite them in so I can overtake them. So they go and tell these spirits, look, you homeless and so am I. You looking for a place to stay, and so am I. I know a perfect place we can go to and get comfortable. All you have to do is send someone to mention something about their weight. They have been struggling with that. All you have to do is send someone to mention their spouse spending too much time with so-and-so. They have been having thoughts about their spouse being unfaithful. Do you see this? It doesn't take much on the enemy's part at all to make you fall. He preys on your weaknesses. He is crafty. He doesn't have to work hard for it. He's always watching you. He's always listening, even when you think he's not. So just like when cancer comes back more aggressively, that's how the enemy is. What do the doctors usually do? They have to get more aggressive with the treatment. Same for you. When he is gone for a season and he comes back more aggressively, you have to come to him even more aggressively. Let's get a few scriptures, family. Job chapter 1 verses 6 through 7. Now, there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came also among them. And the Lord said unto Satan, whence comest thou? Then Satan answered the Lord and said, from going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it. He's always watching. 1 Peter chapter 5 verses 8 through 10. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. He is always looking for a way to destroy you. He is always looking for the perfect opportunity to present itself. verse 9. Whom resist steadfast in the faith, knowing that the same afflictions are accomplished in your brethren that are in the world. Verse 10. But the God of all grace, who has called us unto his eternal glory by Christ Jesus, after that you have suffered a while, make you perfect, establish, strengthen, settle you. Matthew's chapter 12, chapter 12, verses 43 through 45. When the unclean spirit is gone out of a man, he walketh through dry places, seeking rest, and findeth none. Then he says, I will return into my house, from whence I came out. And when he is come, he findeth it empty, swept, and garnished. Then goeth he and taketh him with himself 7 other spirits more wicked than himself. And they enter in and dwell there. And the last state of that man is worse than the first. Even so shall it be also unto this wicked generation. He is always looking for a way in. You must stay connected to the Most High so that you won't be overtaken by any of his attempts or attacks. Make sure all doors and entryways are sealed. That's why we must live a life of repentance, because he is always looking for something to accuse us of so that he can get back in. So to get him to flee, you must respond differently. Let's talk a little bit about that. Let's talk about how to recognize the attacks. Just like Just like he studies you and is aware of your triggers, you have to be aware of your enemy. Just how he comes up against you, you have to come up against him in the same way. You have to study him. You have to read and see how he moves, how he operates. You have to know who and what you're dealing with. So the same attacks he has been sending, the treatment plan, is the same ones he keeps sending. Might be in a different way or with a different person, but it's the same plan. Once you realize this and recognize it's an attack, you can overpower him. You do that, but by not responding the way he intended you to or how you usually do. We're going to break it all the way down. Say you have this person who suffers from low self-esteem, health problems, and mental problems. The devil is going to use those 3 areas in their life to constantly attack them, to keep them from moving forward in life. You have to know your triggers, because that's what he uses against you. So you have this person who suffers from low self-esteem, health problems, and mental illness. This is how the devil will use it against them. And I'm going to use the Kingdom Spouse journey as an example, since many are on that journey, but this applies to any area of your life. Since I'm a woman, I'll use a woman as an example, but it applies to all. So you have this woman God has called on this Kingdom Spouse journey. Remember the 3 areas she struggles in: her mind, body, and with her self-esteem. So God sends her on this journey and gives her a promise. He gives her a list of instructions to complete. He tells her, in order to get this promise, I need you to do all of this. Say those things are to lose weight, get healthy by changing her diet, and I want you to take care of yourself. To someone else who doesn't struggle in these areas, it might seem easy to accomplish, but to her it's not. You have a woman who suffers from mental illness, so she deals with depression, suicidal thoughts, and anxiety. She already suffers from low self-esteem because of her weight and her health issues. Then she has all of these sicknesses in her body. Not to mention, on top of that, she's an emotional eater. So you have God telling her all you have to do is lose weight, get healthy, and take care of yourself. And it's yours. Something that seems so simple to one person can be extremely difficult to the next. We have to consider the next man's struggles. So how does the devil use this against her? Easy. He keeps her eating. Because as long as she keeps eating, she will never lose weight. She will never get healthy, and she will never take care of herself. One simple thing can be so detrimental to one's success. All he has to do is keep her eating, and she will never receive the promise. Are you hearing this? Are you catching this? He just had to trigger those triggers, and that was it. Hold on, let's get more revelation on this. How does he keep her eating? Remember, she's an emotional eater. All he has to do is trigger those emotions. Have someone comment on her weight. Have someone point out a flaw or insecurity that she has. Hit her with a sickness. Anything to make her feel hopeless about her situation. How does he use the spouse against her? He gets him to reject her and choose the counterfeit. Her not understanding what's going on, she immediately thinks she is not good enough. She starts to point out her flaws. She starts to compare herself to this other woman. Every time she tries to do right and make up in her mind she is going to get this done, here comes another sickness. Here comes another attack on her mind. There goes her spouse flaunting the counterfeit in her face. Anything to keep her eating, he will use. It's always the same thing, but since she fails to respond differently, he keeps using it. Every time her spouse posts the counterfeit is right when she decides to fast and get things done. So she goes to do what? She eats. Every time she decides to work on some project, what happens? Here comes depression. So what does she do? She eats. Every time she decides she is going to take exercising seriously, what happened? Here comes a sickness in her body. So what does she do? She goes and eat. The devil knows as long as he can keep her eating, she will never reach her goal. She will never receive her promise. What triggers has the enemy been using on you? Recognize the patterns. The sooner you do, the quicker you can get things done. Let's get more examples of this. We're going to expose this devil today. On this kingdom spouse journey, think about how everything has happened. Why your spouse keeps responding the way they do. Why the same things keep happening. So many false starts, and we will talk about this more in another word, but think about it. It's the same test, but until you pass it, you will keep having to take it. It's all about how you respond. If every time they post a picture with the counterfeit, it causes you to go in shutdown mode, it causes you to go into depression, do something different. Next time, laugh at it and go on about your day and finish any task you were working on that day. Still accomplish whatever God has set you out to do on that day. Don't allow it to distract you. Don't sit around sad and depressed about it when your spouse come up against you. Whatever, the same attacks, the same methods that's been used, and respond differently. You have to respond in a way the enemy is not expecting. Of course, he expects you to go off when you feel disrespected. Of course, he expects your feelings to be hurt when your spouse flaunts the counterfeit in your face. Of course, he expects you to act exactly how you always have. It's all with the purpose of keeping you stuck there. He's going to keep attacking you in this area until you respond differently. I'm not going to hold you any longer. We will talk more about this in the next few words. If you really want to see things move forward in your life and with this journey, all you have to do is respond differently. Just try it and see. Now watch this. Since you have heard this word, the devil is about to test you to see how you respond. Don't give him the response he is looking for. Respond differently so he can move on. I pray this word edifies, encourages, and strengthens someone. A new marriage prayer book has been released. It's free to you. The link is in the description box. All the information is in the description box. Peace and blessings to you all. Shalom, family.